Greetings. So this build's what I call a solo stupid build. It's basically the build that you get stuck with when you're sort of throwing together a base and, trying to survive in Rust. So this is just an example of, a 1x2 that if you have to throw it up quickly, you can take advantage of height, half walls, etc. to give yourself a little decent base that you can defend. So it's ugly, but it does the job. So let's just get into a little tour here. So through the front, you've got a little airlock here, and I have to clip through because unfortunately on this build server, no clip is a pain in the ass. But little shooty floor here at the front, which I always like to build, and stability trick protecting the entrance to the base, so they have to go through the sheet metal, and then in through here. In this example, I put a half wall up, and I don't know if you saw it, but there's a little shotgun trap right in there. So in here, they have to crawl their way in after taking out the door, and again, not much in the base. It's down here with these couple shotgun traps here, and on the left here, which makes it very hard to get into. It's cheap. It's just over 1,000 stone and metal to survive, and this is about 15 rockets to get in. It's a 1x2, it's 1.5 tall, and it's a little bit of triangle honeycombing to give you a little extra boost. And that's the weakest point right there, is that 15 rockets to get through the high qual. So yeah, let's find somewhere and we'll build and go from there. Alright, well, let's do the build. So it's a 1x2. This is your typical everybody builds, but the only thing I ask is give yourself a couple triangles. 3 to be precise, makes it just perfect, and put down half walls. Not full walls, half walls. And this will give us a little bit of a basement to sort of hide our juicy loot. So now we're going to put down the full walls. And it's about 7 stone nodes to build this. Oops, let's fix that. It's about 7 stone nodes to build this simple 1x2 with the 1.5 tall. So get your TC down, get your door on, and get this sucker up the stone. Now, roof's not done, but the only people that are getting in are those with ladders. So as you can see, it's under 1,000 a day stone. It's cheap, nothing to it really. So let's just move on here. Let's get the roof on the build and go from there. So that's what it looks like right there. That's just the simple footprint. Can't get any easier than this. So roof, let's go. There we go. Perfect. Now, cost hasn't gone up too much. There's the, about seven stone nodes. So now what do? Go out and we farm, we get some more materials, we come back, and we start securing up this portion. So by using those half walls, we can make a little hidden loot room below and hide the TC. And give ourselves like a little secret entrance. And just get this all upgraded to stone. Perfect. And then let's go into the front. So again, load 2 low triangles, decide which direction you want to go, and then raise the triangles up around it. And that gives you a little stability entrance. And you can see what you're forced to build with when you do that, but c'est la vive. And this is our little shooty nose piece that I absolutely love. So 2 half walls, triangle for the roof, And then we'll just do our doorway here, and we're going to put a shop front in there. I do like them, so you can see out before you go out. Otherwise, most times you die. But to role play this out properly, get this built, get everything upgraded to stone, and I'm going to put down double doors to sort of role play this. What can we build here? Okay, so we're stuck with square foundations. And we don't have to upgrade at this point, just I like to twig it out to get an idea of what we're stuck with. So, yep, that's what we're stuck with, that's what we're stuck with. Now you can expand the base from here and wrap it around if you think you need to, or just leave it and use that for honeycombing. So there we go. Now the base is secure. Hide what it looks like. And this is our little stability nose piece that we're going to put on. There. Now I screwed up and made it metal, but you get the gist. So down in here, get some furnaces cooking, get the metal ore going. And that just stops raiders from coming in. If they did bust through that wall, they have to go through this little low wall to get into this lower section. Yeah, so get your smelting going, get those metal frags cooking. And same thing with this TC. Now the loot drops if they destroy the TC, they don't get it. And then just figure out your box placement. So I put it over here farthest away to give a little bit of wiggle room over there for shotgun traps and smaller boxes. So again, it's up to you how you want to place them. That gives you nice 3 large boxes. I usually throw 2 little ones down here. And that's your little loot room. Go out, get some shotgun traps, either buy them at the outpost or you find them, craft them. Get a couple down here. And this now becomes a death room for anyone trying to get in. Now you can also throw one up here above. Make that next to impossible. They'd almost have to destroy the floor below to get to your juicy loot. And then get your workbench and decide where you want to put it. Greetings. Alright, we're just continuing on here with this build. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just sort of fucking around with the layout of the base itself. I'm trying to hide the little entrance down to the vault area using items that you can pick up, and hopefully some that make it look like a role play. So I've got the water container there. Makes it look role play, right? So first off, I'm going to hide it with some rugs. If I half hide it, then I just have to enter through this little partial portion of the garage door, so you could hide it right there. And it's hard to see, but that might be the best thing. Just cover it up completely and throw some shit in front of it. So water container, this makes it look role play, so maybe people will leave you the hell alone if they did get into your base. And just put down some shit. And what do you know, you can still get under the water container. Cool. Didn't know that still worked. Good, good. So I would cover the base with rugs and sort of hide the loot below. Just like that. Boom, it's hidden. Throw down a repair bench, because you can pick it up without damaging it. Again, I'm just fucking around here to see if I can get down there. And I put on a water purifier there just to make the role play, but it clipped out for some stupid reason. Anyway. Alright, so continuing on, let's just get the honeycombing done. And right here you could decide to expand it into a 2x2 if you wanted to, but I chose not to. If you're a solo dude, 2x2 might be overkill, I think. Unless you're making a lot of big plays, I don't think you need it for all that much loot. You're going to recycle most of it anyway, right? So get the honeycombing on and hide the core of the base, which we can upgrade from the inside to metal, and put on the roofs. It stops people, I think it makes them think you're more role-playing, so they might not raid you, and it does make it a little bit harder to guess what it's covering up. So there's the base. I mean, it's nothing special. It's ugly, but it, does the trick. So then you start. Yeah, okay, I'll probably just do that. Hide it and put down a repair bench. Alright, anyway, start upgrading everything to metal. Get all the roofs so nobody can jump in past your stability. Get your little shooty floor upgraded to metal so they can't soft side that. Get your garage doors on. There's your stability trick. And then inside here, get everything going to sheet metal. If you had the high qual, get it up to high qual armor if you can. And there we go. And it's just a 2,000 stone, 1,000 metal, so it's cheap. So there's an ugly base, but it works. Hope you enjoy this. Now, I'm not done just yet. This is my bonus stage. One thing I always suggest for solo guys, or even anybody building a base, is get out away from your base once you've got a little bit of resources. Get yourself a sleeping bag, make yourself a satchel, and find a nice cozy little spot. Usually if you have an elevated spot, put it above your base and put a couple shitty weapons in it. Bows, yokas if you've got them, pipies, whatever you have. Some arrows. And the only other two things I suggest is a sheet metal door and a code lock. And this is your emergency stash that you've been raided, you wake up, you've been killed in your base, etc. So bury it, put a stash right beside your sleeping bag or away from it. Throw in your shitty gun and your shitty bow, some ammo. Ammo, ammo, ammo. Come on. And again, sheet metal door and a code lock, just so that if you have to, you can run to your base and seal it. That right there is key. Hide that shit, and that's your emergency stash. And always, always, always do this. It's one of the first things I do as soon as I get a protected base going. So, hope this helps, and good luck, guys. Wipe's coming out soon. Cheers.